Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency to ever be created, sparking the birth of an entire industry and thousands upon thousands of altcoins to be created in its image. Not only is Bitcoin the first of its kind, but it has been designed to disrupt and replace paper-based fiat currencies to become the global digital currency used by the entire population, regardless of what country or region they live in. Because Bitcoin is so powerful and has so much potential, Bitcoin's projected value and estimated growth could be astronomical. Speculation from crypto analysts and industry experts suggests that Bitcoin's long-term value could reach over $100,000 to as much as $1 million per BTC in the future. But when will BTC reach such prices? This BTC price prediction guide will help investors answer questions like how high will Bitcoin go and what could Bitcoin be worth in 10 years. Today, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin price action and what Bitcoin will be worth in 2023, 2024, and 2025. Hello guys, and welcome once again to Alpha Finance. This is indeed the channel to watch if you want to learn more about personal finance, investing, and yes, cryptocurrency. However, before we get into today's topic, do me a favor, subscribe and hit that like button because it really helps us out with that YouTube algorithm. Thanks for doing that. Now let's get into today's topic. Bitcoin was created by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto to be the first peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Because Bitcoin is peer-to-peer, it's considered decentralized and doesn't require a controlling third party, such as a bank or a government, to confirm or monitor transactions. Instead, Bitcoin transactions are confirmed by miners who are rewarded with BTC for each block that is verified and added to the blockchain. This reward is what incentivizes miners to continue to confirm transactions and keep the Bitcoin network growing. Now, every 4 years, Bitcoin's block reward is reduced in half, resulting in miners receiving less and less BTC as time goes on. This is referred to by the crypto industry as a halving. Bitcoin supply is hard capped at 21 million BTC, and combined with each block halving, gives Bitcoin a deflationary aspect and provides the asset with a scarcity similar to gold. In fact, Bitcoin has been commonly referred to as digital gold. These unique properties are said to make Bitcoin not only a borderless transactional currency, but also a store of value and even a safe haven asset during times of economic crisis. Bitcoin was designed by Satoshi Nakamoto in the wake of the 2008 economic crisis as a way to put power and control back into the hands of users and out of the reach from banks and governments that have long controlled the flow of money. Together, all of these aspects make Bitcoin an incredible financial technology with the potential to change the world. And as a result, Bitcoin's projected growth is expected to be substantial and reflect its true value as a global currency. Bitcoin's price today is trading at around $16,000, but given how volatile the asset is and its propensity to go on parabolic runs, Bitcoin's price tomorrow could double from here or correct by another 80%. Bitcoin started off its life virtually worthless, with a value of far less than a penny when the Bitcoin Core client code was released into the wild. Now, years later, it began trading at over $1,000 and started to be considered as a serious financial asset with long-term potential. In 2017, Bitcoin's potential took the world by storm, as many people became rich beyond their wildest dreams once Bitcoin reached its now former all-time high of $20,000 per BTC. Mainstream media ran BTC news story after story, causing retail investors to rush into buying the asset. But once 2018 hit, a major Bitcoin trend change occurred, and the price started going down. Due to how volatile Bitcoin is, market price retraced by as much as 80% down to $3,000, where it eventually bottomed, leaving many wondering, will Bitcoin go up in value ever again? Others knew Bitcoin will rise again and opened long positions at the bear market bottom. At the start of 2019, Bitcoin's growth returned once again, and a powerful rally took Bitcoin's price back out of the bear market lows and above $10,000 to $14,000 before falling back down to $6,500. In 2020, the Black Thursday crash took Bitcoin to under $4,000, but the stimulus efforts put forward by the US and other nations to combat the pandemic inflated the money supply significantly, putting Bitcoin in the financial spotlight. The cryptocurrency went into another uptrend in 2021 and set a new all-time high at $69,000. But Bitcoin since crashed by more than 75 to 80%. BTC's price movement has an impact on its market cap too. When the crypto's price hit a short-term peak on the 30th of July, so did the market capitalization, with the same rising to $469 billion. At press time, it was down to $319 billion. As expected, BTC USDT was the most popular trading pair on the market, with Binance enjoying a share of over 7.1% for the same. On September 19th, 620,000 Bitcoin tokens were added to all exchanges, according to Sentiment's exchange inflow indicator. As a result, there are currently $11,879,200,000 worth of Bitcoin available for sale at any time. The aforementioned may be good news for investors, especially since many would see this as a good opportunity to buy BTC on the low. In fact, while BTC is still over 75% away from its all-time high of over $69,000, there is a lot of optimism around. Consider the comments of the legendary Bill Miller, for instance. He was in the news a while back when he claimed, "Bitcoin supply is growing around 2.5% a year, and the demand is growing faster than that." To Miller, this growth in demand will be accompanied by a corresponding hike in price too, with a target of $100,000 being thrown around by some. In fact, a similar logic was applied by Bloomberg Intelligence when it claimed that the demand and adoption curves pointed to a projection of $100,000 by 2025. One can argue that over the last few years, much of Bitcoin's demand and adoption has been driven by its emergence as a store of value. In fact, while quite a few people are in it for the tech, many others are into Bitcoin for a good return on their investment. It's in this regard that it's worth looking at how its return on investments have been. According to Messari, for instance, at the time of recording, BTC was offering negative ROIs of negative 27% and negative 41% over a 3-month and a 1-year window, respectively. Understandably, the aforementioned datasets are products of how BTC has been doing on the price charts of late. Thanks to its most recent drawdown, its ROIs have been negative. Even so, there are a few factors that seem to underline a bullish turn for the world's largest cryptocurrency. If we talk about the Bitcoin price prediction for 2023, the growing crypto market will continue to find new ways to market Bitcoin to new investors who have never invested in crypto before. This development should help the leading digital currency continue growing over time, which is why our Bitcoin price prediction for 2023 estimates the coin could be worth $45,000 by this point. Let's talk about the Bitcoin price prediction for 2024. The Bitcoin halving will most certainly impact the price of BTC in 2024, and the block reward is halved. Bitcoin will start off 2024 strong and head to a new high of $98,506 towards the beginning of the year. Maintaining an average price of $86,400, Bitcoin will also have a potential low of $57,653 as per our Bitcoin price prediction forecast. The 2024 end-of-year price for BTC will be around $84,741. So, should I invest in Bitcoin? Our short-term cryptocurrency predictions suggest a healthy upwards trend is in the making for the next few years. The predictions for 2022 to 2024 are indeed varied, ranging from $32,522 to $98,506. Now, if you think Bitcoin could do better in the long term, let's take a peek at the Bitcoin price predictions for 2025 to 2030. What can we expect from long-term Bitcoin price predictions? Now, consider the year 2025, for instance. According to Changelly, Bitcoin's average trading price will be as high as $124,508 in 2025, with the platform claiming it might go as high as $137,000. On the contrary, there is reason to believe that the cryptocurrency's upside won't be as high. Why? Well, because the crypto is yet to be uniformly supported by global regulatory and legislative regimes. With CBDCs being slowly introduced in many countries, the attitude towards cryptos isn't exactly positive either. And finally, the last 6 months also highlighted the tendency of most retail investors to run with their holdings once the market bloodbath starts. Another interesting way to look at it is using the growth of tech to highlight how far Bitcoin might go. Consider the simple case of Google, for instance. Despite recent turmoil, it's expected to grow exponentially over the next 5 to 10 years. However, it can be argued that this growth will go hand in hand with the growth of Bitcoin and the crypto market by extension. This owing to the correlation between the two. Bitcoin searches on Google being 7 times and 42 times higher than the number of searches for USD and Euro respectively is evidence of the same. In fact, according to studies, there has historically been a 91% correlation between BTC prices and Google search volumes. Let us know in the comments what you think about all these price predictions. But that's all we got for you for this video. Thanks so much for watching, we really appreciate it. Now if you like this video and you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you got any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave them in the comment section below as well. And with that, we'll see you next time right here on Alpha Finance.